So I'm probably gonna have to mess with the sound a little bit, but regardless, let me bring up live streaming here. So I'm actually playing a bit of a different game. It's a game I've played a lot over the years. It's called Live for Speed. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna call this Live for LFS modding stream. There we go. Move us over. And yes, so I want Live for Speed 1. So Live for Speed's it's a racing simulator game. So the physics are pretty solid. I mean, it's an older game, but they do update it over time. And the physics are pretty good for the most part. And there's a lot of aftermarket mods. Now, you can't use these mods online. Usually the visuals are okay. But there's things called tweaks, which change game files. Generally speaking, most times if you ever play online, it'll just kick you out as soon as you connect to a server. So let's go. Well, I actually got to fire up the game and show you guys what I did here. I think I have everything good. Oh, let's go Shift F4. One thing I'm actually going to do real quick is I'm going to change my refresh rate from 144 to 60. The reason why is I get a lot of flicker, and it's due to that, unfortunately. So properties, nope, not what I wanted. Monitor, let's go 60 hertz. Wait for it. I don't see any flicker. We'll find out. So what I just did, now I have an older version of this game as well, because there's a little more mods that can be done in the older version, but the newer version has a lot more cars in it. So this is basically the car that I have, which is a VW GTI, except this is a two-door, but you know what? Don't really care. So we're gonna call this race, and then I have something here. This one, so this tweaker is not nearly as good. Oh, that's right. That causes it to crash. Okay, I need to get a new one. So let's go to the interwebs. We're on version 6. So I don't think I have the original version, so let's go ahead and download. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing, sorry. So let's see if this will cause the crash or not. We shall find out. Let's double click to see what it does. Okay, so let's copy. Okay, let's fire it back up. Possibly. Okay, it is. Let's open this guy up. Let's see if this wants to work today. Okay, so I do have the GTI. Okay, so basic hardware. So we do have the, what is it, the XF? So XF. Why can't I ever find this car? Oh, XFG, that's what I'm looking for. Right here. So we're gonna go with 8 gears. So neutral and reverse is 1 gear, is a gear each. 4 cylinders, 2,000. Idle RPM, that's too high. We'll go 750. Now these are really weird. You don't get a lot of customization, unfortunately. So we are going to, how do you, unsupported LFS version. That is interesting. Should be. Yeah. There should be a button that, right values. So this is what's interesting. I'm definitely running version T here. I think this is version T anyway. Let's see if this will... Well, I'll tell you here in a second how big it is. It's like 400 or... Oh, God, yeah, 1.5 gigs. So yeah, that's pretty big. So that should be the newest version. Unless I'm running on R. I don't think this is version R, but let's find out anyway. So I just downloaded version R to see if that makes a difference or not. But it clearly says unsupported version, so we'll see. Yeah. Nobody buys WinRAR. Come on. Close you out, close you out. Oops, apparently I didn't copy that. Fail. Sort by dates. Oh, God. There we go. Copy. Replace. There we go. So I am running version R. My apologies. I don't know what version T brings, but I am running version R, so that's fine. Question is did that close out the game? No, it didn't. Okay, back to what I was doing. So we want 8 gears, 4 cylinders, minimum 2,000. That idle RPM is just stupidly high, so 750. We'll add a little bit of power, and we're going to hit right values. There we go. That's good. So the only thing with my car is it's a torque motor, so I want to say we want to up that. These are arbitrary numbers. So we're going to, this number increases a lot more than this top number does. Now what stinks, that's not bad. What does this car weigh? 22. Okay, so it doesn't weigh enough. So thought somebody was calling me here. But, that's right. For some reason, it doesn't understand number pad. Did I hit right value? Why did that? Screw it. For some reason, it's not writing that value. Oh, I'm changing the wrong place. Fail. And that doesn't seem to want to add much, so we're going to have to add a full 1. My wife messaged me, streaming, can't listen. It's actually still not as much as my car weighs, 1.3. 33. That's close enough. So we're going to go full screen here. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. Fail. So 2 things I want to change here. We are running, okay, yeah. Graphics are fine. View, in-car display. Where is, it should, driver, left, there we go. And then, real, okay. Now we should be good. How do I field of view? There we go. I usually go about 100. That's good. Oh, I have none of this set up. Darn it. I was playing the other version. I had everything set up, I swear. Clutches axis is fine. Separate. Do I not have? I guess that's good. I probably don't have. There we go. probably, I don't know if I can angle this down a little bit more from what I'm doing. Let me look at my OBS here. Nah, you guys aren't. Oh. Oop. Might go this way. Oh, I figured out. I'm like, what on earth is going on? Why did I do that? That was dumb. The brake was set to. There we go. I was confused. Yeah, this is a game. It came out really a long time ago, but they've kept up on it pretty good. They have a couple rally tracks. The problem is they never change the cars, and I'd mod and install a bunch of third-party cars and stuff like that, but they override. And there's a particular card people love to modify. It's called the XRG, or the XR platform rather. And there's like 3 different versions, like a real bargain basement version, and then there's a more of a sporty one than a race version, and they make it so they have the wheelbase locked on that car, so most cars don't look good. I didn't mess with the gearing on this car. Whee! You know what? I know what track I want to race at. As much I love in the open area here. This one. Nope. Go back track. That one. It's always a favorite of mine. I gotta mess with the gearing because normally I'm not in 5th gear in a car like this. Man, this game really takes you back. Sorry, I gotta adjust the pedals there. I have a G920, so I like it. Oh, that 6th gear needs to be changed. It's like a real, like, that's probably like a 0.65 to 1 ratio at best. Oh, God. Oh. Normally I'd be downshifting and blipping, but over of that one. Most of these are, I think, based off of real tracks, if I remember correctly. This are front-wheel drive cars, so it just pushes. E-brake, in case you're wondering. But I have a bunch of mods for this game, that'd be a gear miss. So usually what I like to do is I like to go drag racing. The problem is I don't have really any cars in this game yet. So let me see. Let's go by type. That should at least get me into... Okay. Let me see. I don't care. XR, see, it's not going to import that well, but this one is, I think this is a Mustang, if I remember correctly. Data, no, or RB, no, it's XR. C7, XR, did I look at C6? Which car does this replace? I feel like the one I have is fine. It's not 4-door, but what are you going to do about it? Problem is they don't label these. ASus. Okay, so this is a Camaro. And this is probably XR. See, everybody builds off of XR. It's like, it's dumb. Not much crackling, just playing some Live for Speed. Which car is this? C7. XR again. Man, everybody. XF. Okay, so that is the Golf I just did. Well, the question is, what is it specs? Here's one I can do. Best folder. Not really what I was looking for, but I'll go with it. Any kind of modding for this game, for anybody that does watch in the future, is just literally copy and paste whatever files come in the package. There are some ones that need to be replaced, some of them don't need to be replaced, it varies. So this is, I know this one, like literally nobody makes a mod for that particular car. Sonics, that's my wife's car. Unfortunately, that takes over the Golf, so not putting in there. Dodge Challenger, that's an FZ. I'll go with it, that's fine. And we'll drop this in what's called a DDS4. That's basically most of like skins, panels, stuff like that. Replace. It's really important when you go to mod a game like this, have a backup on all the actual game files in case you do have to restore the folders. I've had to do that many times. Well, what game is he playing? That's really important. And like, you know, what is his expectations, right? This is also, I believe, an FC. Yeah. I'll keep the Challenger in there for now. Let's see, if I remember correctly, this isn't finished. Was the problem. I'll hold on to that. So that one is here. Okay, so it ends in 020. No, I don't want to buy it. Okay, Mustang. Okay, so this is definitely what I want to do as well. So we'll go jump back to the DDS here. Replace. And this is the main vehicle file. Drop it over here. So here's the thing with a couple of those games. Why the heck is a Sonic XR? I don't know. Well, it's only Cobalt, which Which car does this replace? I think I want to do the Audi as the FX. I think the Audi RS5 is also that. Yeah, it is. I'm going to want to do that. Sorry, Crackle, I got distracted for a second. So, a couple things. What resolution is it running at? ASUS Singularity. Nobody plays that game. It is literally a benchmark, bro. Like, if he's playing that game, I'm sorry. GTA 5. Anti-aliasing's a beat. I cranked it up 1080p full. Every set including anti-aliasing, and I had a 1080 Ti running like 45 FPS. Yeah, not ideal. So let's copy and paste these two into the main folder here, just in case. So that would be something I would tell him to turn off immediately. Let's open up this game again. Let's go to the drag strip here. I'll show you all the cars we imported. So here is the Corvette. This one never skinned in, right? Oh, it's starting to do that again. Maybe it's just that. Maybe it's just that one car. I didn't do anything for that one yet. I didn't do anything for this one yet. And then here's Challenger. So, and then here's the higher end versions of all those. So I didn't do an XR. What do I want here? Let's go. I really want the Charger, but the problem is the guy who did a Charger, the download's no longer available. So, well, this guy is a Dodge Ram. That's an SRT10. Meh. Yeah, he's offline. No, he's offline. Yeah, it sucks. What else could I do? See if there's any decent BMW. These are all like older BMWs though. I want like a night. Let me see what Pontiac has again. Nothing good. Well, Porsche. I was looking at Porsches recently. Oh, he's offline now. Why does everybody have to be offline when I go to do this? Problem is, you have to go to like really sketchy like ad flare sites. That no want you to download shit and you skip the ad and it's bad. It's redirecting. And this can definitely still end up in malware, just full disclosure to everybody. And then I don't think, is it auto? No, I don't think it auto downloads. I do have to click it. Okay. Yeah, like getting some of this stuff can be real sketch. So let's get out of there. Yeah, I was actually looking at some Porsches, and I'm like, you know, when I go to retire, it's a car I would like to have. You know, something relatively. I mean, I don't want to say they're only 100 grand. I mean, I don't have 100 grand. My house was 200 grand, but I don't have 100 grand laying around. But it's a car I would like to have. Okay, let's go ahead and relaunch the game. Go back to YouTube. Well, you have to remember, benchmarks and reality are not the same. Another thing he's going to want to look at is tweaking settings such as anti-aliasing. Anti-aliasing can really destroy frame rate on a lot of computers. In fact, just about every computer can destroy frame rate. See how badly the wheels are misaligned. Oh, the wheels are not misaligned on this car. Sweet. I'm excited here. It's actually just... Let's go with race. So, gonna make this my own color. Oh, yeah. Let's do new color. Defaults. Kind of, I always like a deep purple on this car. And then wheels, straight black. Well, my point is, let me actually make sure the inside. Okay, the inside is finished. Good. My point is that benchmarks, the built-in ones, are going to be like best case scenario. And you really can't, oh wait, I'm on the wrong thing. So you can't go off of those. You can't. What is the size of a Porsche GT3? Porsche GT3 engine size. I actually don't know the answer. Okay, so this has 4 liters, so we're gonna go 4 liter. No, we're not idling. We don't idle at 1,000 RPM. Come on, guys. Okay, let's write these values real quick here. Good. And I have a feeling these are higher revving motors. We'll find out in a minute. Let's load that. That should be good. And then we want... There, I got that. Oh, I didn't write that. There we go. What's the gearing like on this car? Oops. 173. Okay. Sorry, back to crack when we said. Well, so explain to me this. So you're saying compare apples to apples. His performance is pair, essentially. So he's using built-in benchmarks, and he's getting much higher FPS than in-game. I don't think that's unrealistic. I don't measure actual in-game because it's just so difficult to benchmark it. Sixth. That was disappointing. Curious what Porsche GT3 gear ratios are. So I'm going to match them. Okay. So first gear is 3.7. Darn it. 3.75. Man, that's a short first gear. Second gear is 2.381. Third gear is 1.72. Fourth gear is 1.334. Fifth gear is 1.081. Last gear is 0.881. And the final drive is lower, so it's 3.091. 305/30/20 is the tire size. Let me see if I can actually adjust that on this car. Doesn't look to be something I can actually do. Gotcha. Okay. Is he comparing apples to apples, right? So, for example, GTA 5 runs like shit with maximum anti-aliasing. Like, when I show my test results, I turn off, like, motion blur. I turn off anti-aliasing usually, especially at 1440p. It doesn't make a lot of sense. While run really low anti-aliasing. I find it hard to believe he's comparing apples to apples. That's kind of my point. I really wish I could do... See, that's only on the demo car, so that's the problem. So I can actually jump onto the demos, but it is what it is. You can mess with all this stuff while they're actually in-game. Well, that's also very reasonable, too. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to up the power a fair bit here. So I should put up over 1,000, I think. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trains. So I'm going to do this 3 speed. So we're going to be running your standard 3 speed, which will run. It's so annoying. And you'll probably run like a 293 rear gear. So this will allow us to launch with a fair bit more power. Turbo speed's pretty quick, so. Still a little disappointed. I really expected a quicker run. I will mess with the turbo speed because I think I'm launching with just too much boost in general. Well, the problem is with these tweaks is that this is overall power. That's another thing we can do is that. Suspension's not set up right either. Bump, rebound down, this all the way up, that all the way up. Let's give it a little bit of stiffness. It's a fair bit of squat. That's kind of what I'm looking for. The thing is, those tires are freaking tiny, and I don't have a wheel editor. So, see, that's the thing is there's another editor I have here. I'll copy and paste it over this one. This one gives you like so much free range, but it only works on an older version of the game. So that's the downside. So it's kind of like, which one do you like better? Now, ultimately, what I can do, if I really want to, is since that version of the game I have is pretty messed up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy. So we're going to close out. So we're going to copy the data folder from this version. Actually, that's a bad idea. Let's just copy the DDS, the engine, and this. Because there are different versions of the game, so I'm probably going to screw up my other game pretty bad. I'm confused. That should have overridden a lot of stuff. There we go. Thank you. Again, it has a lot to do if he happens to know the exact settings that they're running at. And that's what makes it difficult. Okay, so let's open this game. Yes, I know it's an unsupported version. See how messed up everything is here. Not very. Let's see if this is going to work. I was afraid of that. This is essentially that, which is not what we want. How can you not? I'm confused. It says LFS is closed, but yet it's still waiting. There we go. Okay. Got it to work. Here, I'll bring it over. So this gives you a lot more control over what you can do, but you don't have some of the newer stuff, unfortunately. So we can do ZL1, for example. That's a So displacement, 4,000. Inline's fine. 6 cylinders. Turbo. We'll add some power to that. So 6 gears. Very similar that, but you can mess with like turbo lag. You can mess with wheel size. So if this is running a 3, we'll do like 275, 40. That was 20. So, and then a 305, 30, 20. I don't know if that's right or not, but wow. We'll just do the same size all over. Or we'll do 19s, and we'll do relatively thin in the front as well. And then this will probably be... Oh god, that's probably a little too much power, so we're going to cut the actual power to the motor down. And then this also allows you to mess with weight too, if I wanted to. So, it's pretty neat. So I brought that a little bit too far down. So... The only thing is I'm not really big on like working on sound and stuff. Oh. Actually, I don't see how much power this car has. Of course, it's really good. I'm going now. Whoops. It's probably a little bit too light. So actually, what's probably going to happen... If I launch with a fair bit of boost, yep. Wait for the boost to go all the way to full. So it's a little bit light, as you see. The game will like roll the car if it's too light. So we'll make it a little bit. I actually don't have that set up, so. There we go. I think I have the boost like way too much on delay for this gearing. Yeah. No, it's rear-wheel drive. It's not four-wheel drive. Because four-wheel drive generally won't lift the wheels. Well, in this game it can, but it is rear-wheel drive. It's a fair bit of weight in the back, so that's why it's doing that. Now, what I can do, and this is, if anybody here ever watches like Street Outlaws, which is a game I love, or a show I love, I mess with the boost controller when the boost comes in. The difference is what they do is they can control boost coming in and out all the time. There we go. Should be a 9-second run. I've gone as quick as 8s, or no, I've gone 6s in some cars. So it's usually, one of these cars. But the trick is you have to get your gearing right. So this is kind of your standard setup. So now, for anybody that's not really involved with cars, here's how I'm going to get this car to go faster. Is to try to get the launch with a little bit less power, but as soon as I want to get from, so in drag racing it's measured in 60 feet, 330, 660, and 3220. So basically 60 feet out, a quarter of the way, half the way. Well, there's also 1,000 foot. But the goal is I'm coming off the line a little bit too hard and it dies. So I need to come off the line with a little bit less power. But then a little bit further, I need a fair bit more power because I don't want it to spin, but I also don't want it to bog. So the problem was I was spinning then bogging. I need to kind of smooth into it. Now that's also going to take a fair bit of finesse because, for example, here's my boost gauge down here. See, it's still not what I'm looking for. So the question is, how much boost do I need See, that was too much. Ah. See, I can't see the boost gauge in this car, which kind of stinks. No boost, but yeah, unfortunately not. That's the problem. So like, and you can't really do. You can only control the overall how quickly it comes on, which really stinks. Actually, wasn't bad, but it was I launched way too late. Really good 8th mile. 570. Whee! And I just popped all the tires. Now, if I really want to cheat, and I do, just because it's fun, if you throw this setup into all-wheel drive, it will, yeah. Well, I didn't actually configure it, but... Oh, nope, not this car. It just sat there and did nothing. You know what? I bet you it's mostly front. It has to be. No, it's not. That's interesting. So one thing I will do, though, is I need to make these wheels smaller. 60, 16. Or the tires. That's right. I'm not going to get any more... Here's what I'll do. Let's go. The fronts can be, we'll go 285, 30, 16, and then the rears will go really wide. Let's go 305. That should hopefully. Got anything to set your mic on for isolation? I mean, it's over here. I don't know. Man. Just no traction. I guess I gotta stick with rear-wheel drive. I really thought all-wheel drive was gonna help that one. One of the things I could do is just go with the standard, oh wait. I want, for as tall of a tire as possible, I want the higher number. Let's go with what Outlaw 10.5 runs on, essentially. Yeah, I didn't really think about that too much. Could probably play with these a little bit, I guess. I'll listen to it, see how bad it is. I got a little hairy. Well, apparently I already have a setup for this. So let's actually make it legitimate. Let's go 6.2. Let's go V. Let's go 8. Let's go supercharger. Let's bring it down a little bit. Okay, it's still... Okay, that's ridiculous. Why do they have the stupid tin window? That car's dumb. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here. Drag. Now this is probably... No, that's right. It's a rear-wheel drive. So that's going to be ridiculous. Let's go all-wheel. Let's go turbo. Let's go 4. Let's add a fair bit of turbo lag. Oh, God. That's going to be a little much here. Let's back down the actual physical size here to what a Porsche usually uses. That should be fine. I think, though, the shift buttons on here... I don't think it uses a clutch. So I do need... Okay, yeah, got it. Oh, that gearing is horrible. Yeah, we need much lower gearing. So we'll run the standard gearing. What would you see on the 3-speed with an extra gear if need be? Let's set up the weight transfer here. Okay. Blew the tires apart there. Literally, tires actually went kaboom. So, in this particular scenario, what's actually going to help is backing down the power a fair bit. So, that should help a fair bit, I'm hoping. So we backed it down probably a little too much. It's really crazy that it really made that big of a difference. So I think... No, I actually don't think that's wrong. I think this is the problem. Man, I'm not having good luck today. I usually have cars running much quicker than this. Much quicker. I'm going back to rear wheel drive. I think that might be enough to get us back into the 8s at least. Alright, man, I'll let you go. I think I need to have the power coming even sooner. Running R1s, which is ideal. Let's cut back the weight a little bit. Get some more push on the rear. Not too much though, just some. How am I putting out? 15. I feel like I don't need that much power to run that. So let's back it down, or let's not back it down that far. 1.25. Now I'm just going to launch it at a full boost and see what happens. It's still going to run at 9 though. Actually, you know what? Let's up the actual power. Let's keep that there. Let's move that up a little bit. So what that will do is launch without boost and have the boost carry me further. Okay, so I definitely need a boost to come in a lot quicker than that. Let's just have the lag set to 1. So I think when I get out to that pole, I can be at full boost. Nope, a little bit too quick. Alright, so let's set that back to 2. That was a little bit too fast. Don't go against the rev limiter. Oh, I ran out of motor there. Oops. So what we can do with that is shorten the final drive, and then that was actually pretty good, so we're going to add a fair bit more boost here. I gotta get back this car into the 7s. Probably a little bit much. Back it down a little bit. What's this car weigh? 29. That's about what the no prep cars weigh. So one of the other things I can do is we can move to, I don't know where that will put the motor, but can't remember. So when we physically like move the motor back, oh, nope, okay, wrong way. -2, that's what we want. Okay, that's a little bit far. Let's just go 0. Want to try to get a little bit more on the rear wheels, try to get some better traction. Almost getting the rear wheels off the ground would be good. So actually, I've done this before. This is kind of crazy, but I'll do it anyway. So, what was it 3.75? I still have it up. 2.381. We're on the stock transmission gearing. Now, the plus side to do that is I'm going to be in the power band more on this particular motor, which is pretty high up. The downside is it's going to be a lot more shifting. So technically, depending on the tire size, this should be able to carry me like into the low 2s. So. Not bad. It's a little bit shaky out of the start. So, I don't know if replays still work in this game or not. So, what I can do in this particular case is still like fall kind of real world physics to a degree, right? So, if we back down this, say 3.5, and up this to like 2.5. That will give us a little bit less power out of the gate and carry us a little bit further down the road. Now here's another thing. If we increase the rev limiter, that might help us out a fair bit too. So shift points at 8 grand now. Nope. Ugh. I was wrong. I mean, definitely want to pull power out of it, but yeah, that's putting more on the top end. That didn't work out too well. You know what? Actually, when I did that, increased it, it put out more power, so increase the time period that's coming in still and reduce the overall power. It'll be fine. That was... You always want to be on the edge of traction. Traction, no traction. That's usually the best. More to stop than I expected. Here's the question. Take out the turbo. How much power we have? Oh, we're still at 1200. So it's like... Let's go normally aspirate. 1200 horsepower. So I think maybe we've had too much power in this thing the whole time. So let's keep it at 1. Let's launch at peak torque, which is around 6,000 RPM. Why did it not run as well? That's weird. It literally ran worse with less power. Oh, the launch wasn't as hard. Because I was coming right off the rev limiter. So I can do that, but I have to be very careful. Wow, that's... So when I say the physics are pretty good, I lied. Because when we take the turbo out of the equation, I'm running like high 8s still. The only thing I think of is if we throw the turbo on and then just do a really long amount of lag. That's... I guess it has to be something like a fair bit. That was a little bit all over the road. And it to win it. I didn't think about this when I tried the all-wheel drive experiment. Let's try it again. I feel like I always mess this up. Like, I guess you don't want to lock diff. Even though the front torque slip is only 20%. Versus 1. I'm trying to remember what the difference is. definitely need more of whatever that is. I feel like that would be worse, actually. Let's try that one. Definitely slipping like no tomorrow. I'm gonna cut the stream though. There's actually a couple people watching now. I guess it's just a different game I haven't played before, but it's a fun game. It's called Live for Speed. I played it a lot throughout the years, and the game itself is pretty cool. Being able to customize stuff is pretty neat too. So. Question is this spinning tires and slipping the clutch? Whoa. Oh yeah, there is damage to a degree. Oops. Well, I can't restart. Here, I'll show you what. See if I can show you what the clutch slip looks like. There you go. If I were 4 and 6 gear, I won't do it in 6. Probably because the ratio is too short now. Yeah, I'm going to cut the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. I have a lot of work this weekend on the YouTube channel. I have like 5 or 6 videos already pre-scheduled plus more. I'll see you all later on down the road.